What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. The Elimination Chamber is just a week away and fans are wondering what's in store for the members of the Blue brand. Join us now as we look at this week's episode of Smackdown, as well as the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know, including why the entire roster is mad with Vince. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the show, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Burn It Down. As Seth Rollins is back and so is his Burn It Down entrance music. Seth's return to SmackDown was well booked and featured the Blue brand superstar standing outside the ring to welcome him back. But things started well with Rollins talking about how fatherhood has changed him, a great way to tease a babyface turn. Rollins' offer to lead and mentor the locker room showed nothing has changed with him, except perhaps now he's on daddy diaper duty, and that he's still the same egomaniac hell-bent on controlling whatever brand he's on. The superstars walked out on Rollins, well, except for Cesaro, but even the Swiss Superman wasn't buying it, leading to Rollins attacking him and possibly starting a feud. Don't be surprised to see Rollins steal Cesaro's spot in the Elimination Chamber, sparking a feud between the two. Number 2, Cesaro wins clean in the main event. Speaking of the Swiss Cyborg, it was good to see Cesaro win last night's main event, featuring Cesaro and Daniel Bryan, a team with lots of potential on the roster lacking in tag teams, battling SmackDown Tag Team Champions Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. The exciting match saw Cesaro get a submission win on Ziggler, a move which will hopefully continue Cesaro's push. The only problem right now is that it's unclear how far Cesaro's push is going. And this isn't the first time he's had a short singles push, only for him to be used to get over other wrestlers. At the end of the day, Cesaro is a fantastic performer, but the WWE's history of booking him poorly has us skeptical as to what the future holds for him. Number 3, SmackDown's Elimination Chamber stipulation. The WWE provided some brilliant booking with the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match, with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns' advisor Paul Heyman flat out refusing to have Reigns defend the title in the chamber, daring WWE authority figure Adam Pearce to fire him and ruin WrestleMania. This led to a novel but logical situation where tag teams competed for a spot in the chamber, with the members of the winning team advancing to the match. This may have seemed like an odd way to book a match where it's every man for himself, but it also teased the possibility of teammates helping each other in the chamber. For some fans, it probably makes more sense to have a wrestler qualify for a title shot rather than just being thrown into a chamber match with the champion. Raw. However, there's also another reason the Blue brand's chamber match is being booked this way, to demonstrate Reigns' calculating mind. It's likely Reigns' refusal to work the chamber will only aggravate fans of wrestlers like Kevin Owens. However, the WWE is doing things right if fans are upset that Roman Reigns refused to defend the Universal Championship in the chamber. A part of Reigns' gimmick is that despite his boasts about being the best, he'll do anything to gain an advantage, whether it's constant interference from Jey Uso or having his potential opponents beat themselves silly before they step into the ring with him. No matter who wrestles Reigns for the title after the Elimination Chamber match, they should look good in defeat, as fans can wonder how they would have fared if they were rested and prepared for the match. Number 4, Heyman hilarity. Paul Heyman can always be counted on to annoy the fans with his obnoxious behavior, but last night he showed why he can be funny as well. Heyman's explanation that Reigns' absence at WrestleMania 36 led it to be the least attended Mania in history was quite hilarious, and a reminder of his quick wit and usefulness as a mouthpiece, even for wrestlers like Reigns who can talk on their own. And you gotta keep them separated. SmackDown's booking, it's actually starting to show signs of planning, and dare we say, some sophisticated storytelling. 2 major examples are the situations involving Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, along with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, or should we say a lack of situations involving both pairs of arch rivals. They're wise in keeping Reigns and Rollins apart, as the tribal chief has plenty of sparring partners, and fans know that the big plan right now is for Edge to face Reigns at WrestleMania. Why throw Rollins into a match with Reigns when number 1, it's been done so many times before, and number 2, Rollins also has a chance to help elevate other talent. The same applies for Owens and Zayn, because whilst it seems inevitable that they'll clash at some point, there's no need to rush into it. It's refreshing to see SmackDown creative teams showing some, creativity by not going with the same matches. But that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, no Nakamura in the chamber. Shinsuke Nakamura has been getting a mild push lately, so fans are surprised by his absence in the chamber. Nakamura has lots to offer in a match like this, and a strong performance in the chamber could help elevate him further. The worst part about the King of Strong Style's absence is that it's a sign his push may have already reached its zenith. And number 2, digging a hole. Count on the WWE to milk a social media sensation to death, as seen by last night's angle between Women's Tag Team Champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler confronting Smackdown Women's Champion Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. And in case you were lucky enough to miss it, the tag team champs interrupted an exchange between Banks and Belair, mocking their egos and patting themselves on the back for being the only 2-time women's champions in history. Well, apparently Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross's 2 reigns have been wiped from the record books. Banks had some fun by showing a replay of Jax's infamous spot on Raw this week where she missed a leg drop, smashed her big old butt on the mat apron, and began overselling it while yelling, a segment that lit up social media and even led to Jax getting an offer to be a celebrity endorser for a bidet company. As you've already guessed, the WWE had Jax repeat this segment, with Belair knocking Jax on the mat apron and Jax hitting a high knee. Expect to see this become Jax's signature spot for at least the next 6 months. There was nothing downright ugly of Smackdown this week. It was a solid show, but let us know what you thought of it in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, our biggest story here is why all superstars are furious with Vince McMahon. Greed is good. That's the only way to understand the mindset of Vince McMahon, who recently let his minions let his other minions know that as of now, there will be no raises, no promotions, and no bonuses for the foreseeable future. This obviously came as a surprise since the WWE posted its biggest annual profits in 2020. In an exclusive report by Ringside News, they broke the story as well as the reactions of WWE employees. Record-smashing income, record-smashing profits, executives all got their big bonuses and multi-million-dollar stock grants, and the little guys get bled to death. The Ringside News story also discussed how employees were also disgusted by the announcement, considering they had to repeatedly travel during the pandemic. A tenured creative team member pointed out, as we endanger our lives and our families every week to fly at the heart of this pandemic, to come to work and make the engine run, we're cut out of our annual bonuses when we've been expecting them. It's obvious WWE just doesn't care, but if you're still doubtful, consider how the WWE broke the news to its staff. According to Ringside News, we were told that Bruce Pritchard gave WWE's new Senior Vice President of Creative Writing, Christine LeBruno, the job of breaking this news to the writing team. This took place on Thursday night via a writers-wide conference call. The producers were told on Friday during a meeting with Mark Carrano, Michael Cole was responsible for breaking this news to the announce team, and it didn't go great. Bruce Pritchard has provided to be an unpopular figure with some of the WWE superstars, and now it appears he's extended his sphere of influence to WWE employees. It looks like the WWE has handled a sensitive situation with all the grace you'd expect from a company that fired and released employees and wrestlers during a pandemic, distinguishing itself from other wrestling companies. Considering the WWE's latest instance of treating their staff like garbage, it's no surprise, unless your last name is McMahon, that morale has bottomed out again. According to WrestleVotes, just got a text from a source in St. Pete. The unhappiness and straight up anger backstage is at an all-time high level. Everyone from the boys to the road crew are pissed off. Not a good look. The bottom line is that WWE staff have 3 options. They can stay in the WWE, look for work elsewhere, or complain. So far it looks like it's going to be the last option. We know better than to suggest unionizing, as the WWE's employees and wrestlers seem incapable of banding together to help each other out. And another bit of news, Paige appears in a music video. It looks like former WWE superstar Paige is breaking out into the world of music videos thanks to her boyfriend Ronnie Radke, the lead singer of the band Falling in Reverse. Wrestling News' Andrew Ravens is reporting, Falling in Reverse has released a music video for its I'm Not a Vampire song that features Paige. Paige stars in the video alongside her boyfriend, Falling in Reverse lead singer Ronnie Radke. Paige posted a thank you on her Instagram, commenting, "Thank you Ronnie Radke for letting me be a part of something so special, a symphony, art at its finest. Go check it out now." Have you guys seen the video featuring Paige? And if so, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.